to the world and to the kingdom citizens. I greet you in the precious holy name of Yeshua Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, who said in his word, John 8:32, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Hi, I'm Dr. John Curry, and welcome to the embassy of the kingdom of heaven on earth. If you want to follow this podcast, please subscribe to JC Global Embassy TV1. Ring the bell and hit the thumbs up button. Today's message is entitled, Black Drops versus White Drops. Yeah, that's what I said. Black drops versus white drops. Well, the question would be, what are black drops? Black drops are black people in the background of white people. Black drops are white people in the background of white people. And they're in the background for the purpose to draw other blacks to the person that is out front. In this case of the election, that person is Donald J. Trump. They also are there to not only draw black people out, but it's been estimated, it's said that one black drop may be able to draw at least 1,000 black people in order to come and support Donald Trump or someone else who happens to be white and may not necessarily have the love of black people. So what white people will do, what white politicians will do, they'll go find some cronies, they'll go find some black people, and they will put them out front. And it's done deliberately. In other words, as long as they can draw a few black people to vote for them, to draw a few black people to be able to come out on their behalf, they win. They are called black drops. And these black drops began to bring a psychological effect on other black people because they feel if these black people are out there behind them saying for Trump only or blacks for Trump, they feel they'd be able to generate other blacks throughout the community and throughout the nation to come and vote for those white people that do not have the love of most blacks, so they use black drops. Now let's break it down and go deeper. There are 3 right now, black drops that are being used by President Donald J. Trump. The first one I want to talk about is Dr. Ben Carson. Dr. Ben Carson has a doctorate degree and he's a brilliant man, but he comes across as a black Caucasian. Well, what does that mean? That means that he's a person that's black on the outside, but on the inside, he is pure white. So they use him. He's the only one right now that's in the cabinet of Donald J. Trump. Everybody else is white. So he's considered, in my estimation, a black drop. And now, Kanye West volunteers to be a black drop for Donald Trump. You know, when he was at the office, I believe at the White House, and how he was hugging on Donald Trump and saying how much Donald Trump mean to him. He's a volunteer black drop. And now they're trying to put him on the ballot in some of these states in order to generate votes for Donald Trump. Remember, one black drop, if he's very popular, she's very popular, can generate thousands of black people to come and vote for someone that's desiring black love. And the reason why they're not getting the black love is because they've been hating on black people for a long, long time. So they love using black drops. So Kanye West has volunteered to be a black drop for Donald J. Trump. And we all know that Kanye is wrestling with some issues. But Donald Trump doesn't care who he uses in order to get more black votes. So he's using Kanye West. Then the third of these is a man called Michael the Black Man. Michael the Black Man. Michael the Black Man is normally seated behind Donald Trump. And when he's seated behind Donald Trump, he normally have a sign saying blacks for Trump. What I would say to Michael, why can't you just have a sign saying Michael for Trump? Why you want to include black people in your illusion? Remember, one black drop can equal thousands of black folks voting for someone that do not care about black folks nor want to do anything for black folks, so they use black drops. And Donald Trump has used many black drops. And at his campaign rally, he brought all these black drops. And one of the most surprising black drops for me at that time was Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker is a black drop because he sees the world through white lenses. So that's what black drops are. They're designed and it's deliberate to come out to get as many black folks to vote for the slave master. I just give it to you plain. To vote for the slave master. Yes, you're on the plantation. Master hasn't been treating you that bad. You just have to learn to do what the master say do. When the master say shut up, shut up. When the master say comply, comply. You wouldn't be getting shot if you just obeyed the law. You wouldn't be getting shot if you just do what the master says. And when the master speaks, you got to pay attention. These are these new people that have migrated to out front to the black world and are now trying to encourage the black world psychologically to vote for white people who have traditionally been hating blacks and have a track record of hating blacks and wanting to destroy blacks. These are the black drops. So when white racist supremacists, Ku Klux Klan, far to the right, all of these white folks, white evangelical Christians, so-called Christian, there are 81% of those that are supporting Donald Trump. These are white evangelical Christians, 81% that are supporting Donald Trump, and they love to bring black drops to the church. And when those black drops come to the church, they sit in the pulpit area and they feel good because they've been accepted by white evangelical Christians. When in fact, if 81% of white evangelical Christians are supporting Donald J. Trump, and you happen to be a black preacher or black bishop or a black minister, and you're going along with that, you are a black drop. Just consider yourself as a volunteer black drop, which simply means you don't know your culture, you don't know your history, and you have more affinity for white racist people than you do for your own people. So that's a black drop. Now, on the other hand, you have white drops. You probably say, well, what is a white drop? Well, a white drop are people in the background of black people. Now, this is interesting. These are white people in the background of black people. The purpose of the white drops are to draw black people. Just like the purpose of the black drop was to draw black people. But the purpose of the white drops are to draw black people to that black person that's standing up in front of them. And what makes this even more sickening is that the white drop is there because the black person that's standing up in front of you, trying to get you to be a part of what they're doing, already know that you will not go with them because your mindset is this: if the white man is not a part of it, I don't want to be a part of it. So the white drops are used to draw black people, like the black drops are used to draw black people. But I think the white drops being used to draw black people is a more pronounced sickness that we have for ourselves. We have this sickness for ourselves because we don't believe that we can convince black people to come and be a part of what we do unless we have a few white folks around. So as a result of that, we are exemplifying the psychological effects that come upon us as black people. It's like, well, I can go and talk to black people to convince them, but they'll be more convinced if I have 2 white drops or maybe 3 white drops, or maybe even have the white drops to present the presentation, and I sit back and watch the white drop draw them in. That is sick. What makes it sick is that most of us, or some of us, are still under the curse of Willie Lynch. We still are in the divide and conquer strategy. So as long as the white man knows that he can use black drops to draw us in, and then know that he will be used as a white drop to draw us in. That simply means that he's still in control. So they're both are using deception. So in essence, here's what it is in essence. The white drops are used to draw blacks, and the white drops are used to draw blacks. But they're used to draw blacks for two different reasons. As I said before, the white man or the slave master can be a master on the plantation, and all he needs to do is find a few good slaves and put them out front, let them do his bidding. And they would say, well, master's really not a bad master. Master feed us. Master take care of us. And every now and then, master going to have to whoop some of y'all because y'all ain't acting right. Master don't really want to hurt nobody. You see, master bought you some shoes. They may have holes on the bottom of it, but it's always that slave that will come in to speak up for the master. And then when the black slave now wants to do something positive, he bring the master in order to co-op or to co-sign what he's saying. The point is that we don't need any more white drops and we don't need any more black drops. What we need as a people, as black people, we need one thing, and that's called self-love. If it ain't black, we won't attack. If it ain't black, we shouldn't be a part of it. We need one thing, and that's black love for ourselves. Don't allow yourself to be used by the slave master, putting you up on a podium, giving you some time to lie, giving you some time to try to convince black folks that the white slave master is okay. He's not okay. Until he do the right thing for black people, he's not okay. All he's doing is playing you. He's using you. Malcolm said it best when he said, you've been run amok. You've been had. You've been spent. You've been led astray. You've been bamboozled. You've been trained to be 21st century slave. Malcolm said this in the 60s. And here we are now dealing with the same old mess. Black drops and white drops. Black drops being used by the master, and white drops being used by black people to bring the massa to speak on their behalf. I say that time is up. No longer can we be deceived and being deceived by the white man as well as being deceived by one another. We have to decide on who we with. One love, Black Nation building time.